In this video, we are diving into one of the most intriguing defensive strategies, the packline defense. The packline is a tactical masterpiece that's been refined and perfected over the years by some of the greatest minds in basketball. From Dick Bennett at Wisconsin to his son Tony Bennett at Virginia, this defensive scheme has left its mark on the college basketball landscape. But what exactly makes the packline defense so effective? Well, let's break down its core principles, the pros and cons, and why teams across all levels swear by it. Let's jump right into it. The packline defense is a variation of man-to-man defense. In an era where the dribble drive offense is increasingly prevalent, the packline defense excels at neutralizing dribble penetration and forcing opposing teams to rely on outside shooting. Instead of denying the first pass, the off-ball defenders are positioned inside an imaginary line 16 feet from the rim, while the on-ball defender applies high pressure, knowing that teammates are ready to provide help and close defensive gaps. Here is another example where all three weak side defenders drop down to the rim line. The primary objective is to prevent dribble penetration. Only when the offensive player picks up the dribble do the off-ball defenders actively deny passing lanes and look for opportunities to steal the ball. When the ball is on the perimeter, the on-ball defenders applies relentless pressure, aiming to disrupt the ball handler's rhythm and limit their vision of the court. Their primary objective is to contain the ball and force the ball handler into uncomfortable situations. However, should the on-ball defender be beaten, the packline gapping defenders are poised to provide help and impede the progress of the ball. This collaborative defensive approach ensures that the on-ball defender can remain aggressive, knowing that their teammates are ready to step in and help, even against quicker opponents. While the on-ball defender applies relentless pressure, the other four players adopt strategic positions within the packline, ready to provide help defense. Maintaining a ball-you-man stance and staying low, players remain vigilant for potential passes, constantly adjusting their positioning to cover passing lanes effectively. It's crucial to emphasize the collective effort required for success. All five players must work in harmony, ensuring seamless defensive rotations and coverage. The only exception to remaining within the packline is when the ball is picked up by the offensive player. In this scenario, players quickly close out on their assigned opponents, actively denying passing lanes in search of turnovers. Once a pass is made, players return to their designated gap positions within the packline. One critical aspect of perimeter defense in the packline strategy is the technique of closing out on shooters. With the packline defense geared towards restricting interior scoring opportunities, defending against perimeter shots becomes paramount. Players are coached to execute their closeouts with precision, initiating with a sprint and transitioning into short, choppy steps as they approach the shooter. This technique allows defenders to maintain balance and readiness to contest potential drives. Additionally, defenders are instructed to close out with their hands raised high, a tactic aimed at disrupting the shooter's rhythm and obstructing their vision. Under no circumstances should the opposition be allowed to drive baseline. Allowing such penetration results in defensive breakdowns. The objective is to direct the dribbler towards the middle of the court, where help defenders are positioned to provide help. If the ball handler dribbles into the top gap, defender 2 will help stop the penetration. As the ball is passed out to offensive player 2, the defender closes out with high hand. The approach to defending the post player is a crucial aspect of the packline defense. The hardest part begins before the post gets the ball. We always want to prevent the ball from getting into the post area by fighting for position in advance. The preferred method is to 3/4 front the post from the high side in order to discourage the entry pass. A pass from the top must be prevented under all circumstances. This technique, advocated by Coach Bennett in combination with denying the baseline drive, prioritizes denying access to the post to prevent offensive rebounds and easy scoring opportunities. When the ball is fed into the post, the defender guarding the post player immediately adjusts by shifting from a 3/4 position to directly behind the post player. This transition should occur while the pass is still in the air, ensuring that the post player has no initial advantage upon receiving the ball. In the traditional packline defense, everyone in the post is doubled, but it is up to you as the coach to decide whether or not to go for a double team. Dick Bennett recommends 2 doubling techniques. Choke the post. This involves bringing the nearest perimeter player down to disrupt the post player's dribble and force them to pass out. Tony Bennett and Virginia both favor doubling with the opposite big defender in the team, while the guards provide quick rotations. X5 sprints to double team the post player while the ball is still in the air. The defender guarding the player who made the post entry denies their man to prevent an easy outlet pass. This denies the easiest escape route for the trapped post player. Meanwhile, the lowest off-ball defender rushes to protect the rim against potential cutters, while the remaining off-ball defender adopts a zoned-up position, ready to close out on any cross-court skip passes. Once the trapped post player breaks free or retreats, X5 returns to guard their original assignment, while the off-ball defenders adjust accordingly. Coach Bennett and Virginia defend on-ball screens by hedge and recover. Upon setting the screen, the screener's defender hedges out and blocks the direct path of the ball handler to force them towards midcourt or sideline. This gives the on-ball defender the chance to fight over the top of the screen. The opposite big is aware of a pick and roll and steps out to help the hedger. After hedging out, the screener's defender recovers back to their original man. The packline defense excels at clogging the paint and denying easy scoring opportunities near the basket. By positioning defenders strategically and emphasizing help defense, teams employing this strategy often force opponents into contested shots or turnovers inside. Teams utilizing the packline defense often boast impressive statistics in opponent field goal percentage. By effectively contesting shots and limiting high percentage looks, the defense frustrates opponents and forces them into lower shooting efficiency. The packline defense relies heavily on cohesive teamwork and communication among all 5 defenders. By ensuring everyone is on the same page and constantly communicating, teams can effectively rotate, help, and recover to counter offensive threats. Despite its effectiveness at protecting the paint, the packline defense can be susceptible to skilled outside shooters who are able to consistently knock down perimeter shots. Teams with proficient shooters can stretch the defense and force adjustments, potentially opening up driving lanes or generating open looks. The packline defense may encounter challenges when defending against pick-and-roll plays, particularly if the offense can effectively manipulate screens and create mismatches. Quick ball movement and precise execution in pick-and-roll situations can disrupt the packline defensive rotations and create scoring opportunities. To sum up, the packline defense is a powerful tactic in basketball, known for its ability to stop opponents' penetrations and control the game. By focusing inside, forcing outside shots to beat you, and working as a team, the packline defense is a good choice to teach the fundamentals of defense and win games at the same time. As you keep coaching and learning about basketball, share this video with other coaches and fans. Feel free to ask questions or talk about your own experiences with the pack line defense in the comments below. Thanks for watching and keep coaching.